What's up, Glory Story fam, man? This your boy Korrin, um, and welcome whoever is new. I'm the host of the Glory Stories here, Korrin Wiggins. You see the shirt, but this ain't gonna be nothing. I would say too deep. People that familiar, in regards to what we do, it's not gonna be nothing too crazy. Just really coming on here to really just set the tone that we have another season coming up. I think this is about maybe three. I think season three. Still building it, but man, I just feel like something. Again, I enjoy doing it. Something the Lord called me to do. But as you can see on the bottom of the screen, this is really an introduction to how we're about to distinguish between our glory stories. I would say more so in general, but separate from our glory stories that are more tailored towards student athletes and sports related. So this is kind of the tag for sports glory. That's what our sports section, if you're a Christian um, athlete or a former Christian athlete, or you're someone that's Christian involved in athletics, if that's coaching, athletic director, or you just got a sports background, it could be middle school, high school, whatever. Sports Glory is where we would love for you to come because it's just being a former athlete. I feel like I want to kind of separate the content a little bit, just so if our athletes want to get something in particular for them, they can come and check it out on our Sports Glory. So we'll be having a Instagram as well. That'll be posted. So stay tuned for that. However, it's all still the glory stories. So wanted to say that. Additionally, if you're new to the Glory Stories fam, please encourage you subscribe to what we got going on here, as well as stay connected with us on Facebook, Instagram. Just search the Glory Stories, as well as the Forgiven Son. So um, if you're new, check out there because what we do is we do community service type initiatives as well. So as you can go over to forgivensons.org and check out how you can get connected with us, as well as stay abreast, I would say, into what we have going on. And let me see this here because I want to show this too, because we want to, again, with the new introduction kind of to the sports glory, want to be also, again, it's a new season, want to encourage whoever is interested in joining us, submit an inquiry. If you're a follower of Jesus Christ, current or former Christian athlete, or as well as if you support the war against hunger and homelessness. I'm sorry, I didn't speak hunger. That's not really what we focus on. Homelessness. I said hunger, but I know that's a space for that. Please find an organization or team that is designed for that. We can get you connected with someone for that. But if you want to support what we got going on in regards to the war against homelessness, please go over here and fill out this inquiry that you see on the screen. Just pretty simple, man. Put your name, address, not so much. I know you might not want to do that, but we would encourage you to, because, if you support what we got going on, you get on. And if you're, um, able to join and have a conversation and join the discussion, we want to send you something for your participation and your, I would say, just blessing, really. So that's what the address space is for. And then we have your email as well as your number, then your subject. Here, this sheet is for all glory stories. So if you want to just be a person on the glory stories in general, we will do the differentiation between athlete and, or not athlete, but sports and or just glory stories in general. So you can put the subject, just put which one is it particular, if it's sports glory, if it's, if it's business, if it's whatever, just to kind of be able to kind of dial in on which particular thing we're talking about, and then just say, hey, just want to connect. And then as you see here, you can subscribe to YouTube, where all the glory stories will be released when we release them. So we want to do that there, because if you go over there and subscribe, please do that. Because if you subscribe this year, we run $2 Tuesdays, and that's an initiative that we do for the community, where individuals that join, if you're engaged, and you provide us some feedback, as well as tune into what we're doing, you get $2 and receive cash from the glory stories. That's what we're trying to do, just something to provide, and again, contribute to our little contribution to the war against poverty, as well as homelessness. But if you stay tuned and check out the glory stories, you'll see that we'll be, sharing stories, as with individuals that have been without shelter. So it'll be something that, the $2 Tuesdays and things like that will allow you to, I would say, I want to benefit from just joining and being engaged, as well as just sharing our feedback. So please, only people that are subscribed to the channel on YouTube will be able to get the $2. Subscription don't take much. It'll be something that be beneficial for you, as well as we got that. What else we got coming up? We got that, $2 Tuesday, and then as well as any contribution you make. I'm speaking more so to the YouTube, but any contribution you make, if you're interested, again, like I was showing the website, you can definitely head over to forgivingsons.org, and you see up here, we got the donate tab. You have it here as well, and you can submit any donation. Be greatly appreciated, because we need support in that regard. We're doing a lot of things, and we need your help. It'll be greatly appreciated. And as you can see, your generosity will contribute directly to the procurement of processes, for these particular things. And you can read, if you would like, things I just kind of mentioned, the $2 Tuesday, as well as things for student athletes. And then again, for doing things for our contribution to the war against poverty and homelessness. So all your proceeds and everything goes towards that. Again, if you subscribe to the channel, you can see the things that we're doing, as well as you can help us grow. And please tell a friend, share it. And again, just be honest with us, and we'll appreciate it. And what else I wanted to share? I'm excited about the season, excited about the things we've been doing. It's been pretty cool. I just enjoy it, as well as just serving. And I'm excited. So I got on here and I was going to just do that, share, just let individuals know, be on the lookout for it, as well as go check that, again, submit those inquiries, because we definitely want to get people that are equally yoked, just as the word says, in regards to the spirit, beliefs, as well as our values, to join us. So we want them Christians that are definitely, since I'm speaking more to the sports side of it right now, so it's really a Christian athletes. We want to be able to have you joining us, because we feel like some great content. I'm a former student athlete, but still a Christian. So I understand the dynamic. I became a really person big in my Christian relationship and stuff like that when I got in college. So I was a Christian athlete, been it for a while. So I wanted to, I know that it can be a challenging thing being in collegiate athletics. I played college, played at the highest level, things like that. Exposed to a lot of different things. You can definitely want to be on here to drop some gems to keep you encouraged, keep you focused, keep you locked in, understand that, man, it get real out here, but, you got people that's just like you that been through it, that you can lean on. And I know that it's a content that, it may be a fine line. I'm out of it now. I know I've been in there, and, some things you want to say, but you can't really say it because, you got a coach, somebody listening, you got a teammate that try and get ahead of you because they trying to kiss the coach's butt and all that. And granted, it's in corporate America in all phases of your life. However, it's a little different when you're a student athlete, when you went to a school and you're on scholarship, and your future really in their hands, as opposed to somebody that went to school. Maybe they took out a loan or something like that, but essentially they're paying for school on their own. You know what I'm saying? So I've been there, done that, understand all that. So you join here, you catch up with us, you join the Glory Story fam, you join the Sports Glory team, you become a forgiving one. That's what our family is. That's our team, the forgiving ones. That's what our Sports Glory, that's our sector. Hey, join the Sports Glory fam, you become a forgiving one. And join the forgiving one fam, again, subscribe to the channel, as well as just be engaged in our comments. Hey, drop some gems. If you're something you want to say, you feel like you don't want to say it, you got some questions, hop on here. Do our best can to definitely lead you or provide some guidance on, based on my experience, as well as we have individuals that, been in different experiences myself. We definitely feel like we got the resources to connect you with some people to get you the answer and to, support you. So yeah, that's that, as well as and speaking of questions, got on here because I was like intro, as well as kind of just give you a little glimpse into some questions and things that we may do. I'm not gonna go through a whole session, because what it typically be is I'll do scripture. I like to relate biblical principle and things that stories in the Bible to what we're doing, as well as experiencing, again, like from a student athlete perspective, just taking things that those leaders, those individuals, that they possessed and definitely utilize. So a lot of our content and stuff like that will be tailored towards that. It come from that. So Christian athlete, Christian student athlete, is the platform for you. If you not really believe in Christianity, you may not. Probably it's not the network for you, and that's cool. But yeah, that's what we're gonna be chopping it up about. That's where it's gonna come from. And yeah, so got on here with some questions again that people gave me. And I was like, I'm gonna chop it up. And at this segment of our pod, it'll be called the 2-minute drill. I played football in college, played at Clemson, as well as East Carolina. So yeah, football is, if you're familiar, the 2-minute drill, what it is just like the last 2 minutes of a quarter. It's kind of a hurry up offense tempo. So teams trying to get in the scoring range to get some points on the board. So during our 2-minute drill, 2-minute segment, we'll just have questions. Hopefully you will drop some in the comments. Or if you drop them in there a week before or something like that, you follow up, and I'll try and hopefully answer them as soon as possible. Give myself 2 minutes. But I'm gonna go through these right now, kind of just a couple questions, just to, I felt like doing it, feel good about it. So hey, why not? Ain't doing nothing else, chopping it up with y'all. So might as well do the 2 minutes. Let me find the questions first, though. Hope everybody doing good too. Kind of just jumped into it. And we got the questions. My phone tripping. All right, here we go. All right, so our 2-minute questions. We got. I'm gonna set my watch. Can y'all see that? A little crazy looking in it. Hold up. All right, but anyway, y'all gonna hear it. Y'all gonna hear it. Set my watch. So I'm gonna read these questions and just give you my responses. All right. First things first. It was, who was the best player you've ever played against? Man, That's a great question. I'm gonna say, shoot, in my backyard, at the park. I'm gonna say my brother. Play wide receiver, Reese. I feel like that was the best player I played against. So um, I played against him all my life. I would be remiss to be saying anyone else because that was the toughest challenge for me. So I know there might not have been an answer you were looking for, but that was my answer. And these questions are questions that I'm pretty sure you all are familiar with because some of y'all may be on here watching, but you submitted them. And if you want to, I'm gonna pause this actually. Yeah. So just to say, if you want to submit questions, you can submit them on Instagram. Just follow I would say, which one I want to submit it to. Submit them to the Glory Stories. You can submit the questions there, and we'll have them for you. So we'll do the 2-minute. You can submit your questions there. We'll begin in creating the channel for the Glory Story Sports. So once we do that, you can submit it there as well. But this is just right now. We just kind of still got the Glory Stories page, and we have them all grouped in one. So you can submit all the questions there, or you can submit them to the Forgiven Sons. So at the Forgiven Sons or at the Glory Stories, or you can go to forgivensons.org like you went. We got an inquiries page, and you can submit an inquiry there too. So matter of fact, don't even do that. That'll mess up some stuff. We'll get set up if you do that. So just do it. Any questions for this, and just title it 2-minute question. It can be a question, whatever especially sports related. Whatever it is. Try and definitely fire it off and answer it for you. And then sometimes may do a pod tailored towards just the questions, but there's content all for that. Like again, student athletes, all for that. So Christian student athletes. So any question that you feel like, is on you, anything you want to get off your chest, let us hear it. Come holler at me. All right. But again, number one, who was the best player? Let me start this back up. I'm gonna probably just go through these because the time all out the whack. So but y'all got the gist. So this ain't really the 2-minute drill. We're gonna do 2-minute times however many questions we got right now. So I got time. If you don't want to listen to it, I feel it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You feel like if you listening now, it's something that you need to hear. So I feel like that. I know that's how God works. I ain't saying I feel like that. I know that's how God works. So if you're still listening, and if you're gonna continue to listen, it's a gem in here for you. And it sounds like my mom's here. Sounds like my mom's just came in the door. And it is my mom's. She's in the door. Hey, Mom, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
No, I'm good. I'm on here, Sports Glory, recording. So, yeah, got a pod going. My mom's just walked in. But yeah. Number two, why you start playing ball? Well, I feel like that's something my parents started at a young age. I've always loved playing sports. Just felt like I'm pretty sure it was something that they chose to have us doing, keep us busy. So that's why I started. It was, at a young age, parents just got me playing. All right, number three, what was the hardest thing about playing ball at the highest level? Great question. I would say probably the fact of the matter that you get there and like anything, being a student athlete, like I mentioned before, go there and you kind of got everything in the hands of coaches or the people that you're really playing for. So I would say definitely like anything, like corporate America, you got in relationships and people are trying to play the game or whatever. So I would say the politics, the fact that people, coaches in particular, may not like what you believe in, may not like they may have a relationship with something else or whatever the case is. I would say that, like, understanding that, you know, being able to see the politics and like be like, yo, like this really happening, and knowing that you got to just kind of just sit there, because if you don't, they're gonna, hey, you can't graduate or something like that. They're gonna try and kick you off the team or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, but that's really the harsh reality. Just understanding that and understanding like you really ain't got really no power in that, as opposed to being a regular student, I would say, or somebody working in corporate America. Like, bro, I can work out this job. I done already graduated. I already done got those things. So you feel more inclined to feel confident that you can get another opportunity. But when you just really sign on that dotted line, and I'm young and fresh in, and I'm seeing this like, yo, bro, really trash, or they really not good like that, and they still playing. Why? Like, what is that? And they can get away with this many mistakes, but I can't. Like stuff like that, and still trying to stay positive and continue to show up and be like, yo, like, have people smiling in your face, your coach and stuff like that. So I would say that's the hardest thing. I think that's about kind of life in general. However, again, in regards to when you working or you graduated and you're an adult now, like, man, you ain't really got to tolerate all that. You can go and find another job. You can try and do something else. You can leave. You don't really have to, take that, so to speak, as opposed to, again, having your graduation, having your future in a coach or someone else's hands. It's a little different. So I would say that. Number 4, when did you start getting close to God? That's a great question. Love it. I'm glad that y'all asked. Uh, when I was in college, like I mentioned earlier, tore my ACL. So when I tore my ACL, toward my junior season, going into my junior year, so my sophomore year, we was in fall camp, tore my ACL, and yeah, things like that. Adversity is something that you really should it should draw you closer to him. I feel like that's why he allows us to experience it, because you know that's something that draws us closer to him. That's what Jesus, it drew him closer to him. I'm going through these things. So I would say that, like, that's why I started getting closer to my ACL. So you ain't had nothing else to really rely on. Had time to think about your future, think about what's important. And when you do that, if it's in the right things, it'll draw you closer to him. Number 5, how did ball get you closer to God? Just as I said, I feel like those go hand in hand. Kind of just answer that. So yeah, I'm gonna say that, like, that's kind of the same question. How did ball get you closer to God? So it's kind of the same question. Uh, was it hard in high school to focus on playing ball? Nah, high school was a breeze. I loved it. Played multiple sports. I know this seemed like I know this is a young guy asking that, probably because females or something like that. But I won't really focus on a lot of that stuff, like young ladies, of course. But uh, yeah, really more focused on. I was really more focused on, like, I don't take a. I'm not about to waste no time, so wasn't hard to really focus on that. You know, ball was ball. I enjoyed playing it. Kept me doing something pretty good at it, so it wasn't hard to focus on. What other sports did you play? As I mentioned, just played basketball, tennis, played baseball too. Yeah, so those are the other sports I played. Played, yeah, tennis. So, um, so yeah, my mom laughed in the background. She can hear me. So yeah, I didn't really. Mom said track. Um, I really wasn't a track person. I did, like, some track stuff, but I ain't really a track dude. Track cool and all. I did get out there and practice with track team. I do feel like it is really good. If you can run, you can do anything. So and matter of fact, now let me say that, because if you can run, I know I got some athletes on here, so let me take that back. Meaning that running is a foundation. You gotta have skill for sure. So don't let me disrespect the game like that. But it's a good foundation in regards to conditioning, speed, and stuff like that. So yeah, those are my other sports. How did you do? Uh, somebody somebody worded that wrong. How did you do other things outside of your sport without feeling like you're letting your team down? or coaches making you feel like yourself. But this sounds like a person that's in high school, or you in high school, and you somebody that is in college right now. Because this question is totally related to that. Like middle school, you don't really care about none of that. High school, you really don't either until you start getting a little older. But it's a great question because coaches can make you feel like that. Like can make you feel like, yo, ball, like this is my life. Like everything is should be this. When all actuality that, it's a time and a season for everything. That's why it's a different season for different sports. You know what I'm saying? Like in the spring, you play this sport. In the fall, you play this sport. In the winter, you do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's a different season for different sports. So you focus on that. However, there's opportunity in those other seasons to be doing something else. God talks about that is a time and a place for seasons. So it's about taking those other opportune times to grow outside of what you're doing. Focus on how to be a great leader in your community. Focus on how to learn some business stuff or draw or do whatever it is. You focus on family. You know what I mean? So me personally, like that was my mindset. And just to be real with you and to be transparent, being that you're a Christian athlete, understand that people not gonna really like that. Just like again, you had Jesus and the disciples. They wanted them disciples to denounce their belief. Like they ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't believe what Jesus was doing. They did not want to see it, even though they saw it. They still were blind to it. So what makes you think that that's not gonna happen in every phase of your life if we just human, right? So you look at that, understand that just because you when you decide, or if you're going to be someone that decides to do different things outside of your sport, and they say like, hey, if this is optional or whatever the case is, like if something is optional, understand it to them it's not optional. For one, and then secondly, if you understand that and you still decide to do something, outside of during that optional time, just understand that they're gonna hate on you for that. Like, or they may look at it like, oh, you think you this, that, and the third. Well, yeah, I kind of do think I'm this, that, and the third. I kind of do think that I want to do something else outside of sports with my life. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I do. Just like when you got your off season or when you got your off time, you spending it with your family. Like you doing that. You going on vacation and stuff like that. You feel me? Like, so just understand when you decide to do that, if you got a mindset like that, they're not gonna like that. And it's, you just gotta understand the consequences that you're gonna live with and that you fine with. And you should be comfortable with that. If you're a Christian, you should stand and be bold and courageous like that. Like you should be that type of athlete that's fine with being more than an athlete. You should be that person. If not, you really may not be built like that Christian like talking about, because that's what we do in every area of our life, but it's more, I would say you should be really more in, I would say deep into it when you're doing sports, because you can be exposed to a lot of different things. You got a whole nother element that's in addition to just your everyday stuff. So just understand that and understand the journey and walk that you starting on again by checking out this pod. This may be your beginning, but just understand if you're gonna really tap into it, be tapped in, because you're gonna have to be built different. And I feel like it definitely is rewarding. Side note, because when you start really tapping in, again, checking out pods like this, or just getting around other fellows Christian athletes, you'll start feeling stronger, because like, hey man, you claim like somebody that's not a Christian athlete, you look at them like they'll be like, yeah man, I'm built different. And you think in your head like, are you? And just think about that. Like when you go up against that person or you see them in competition, you gonna play and be cool. Like, cause you say you built different, but you really not, because I'm built different. Like we ain't even on the same path, we ain't on the same route, we ain't even on the same journey. And that's fine. Not to sit here and feel like you above anybody or anything like that. You don't look at it like that. But you do have a swagger about it, because you know what God did for you. You know who you riding with, you know who you going to war with. Right? Do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death? Right? I feel no evil. So when you start really speaking and being like that and being that, like, and being able to humbly know that I can feel like this because God is sovereign, like he is king. So I'm confident in what I can do, because I know that even if I quote unquote fail, even if I don't play well or whatever, I'm well enough for him. So I can be confident in that and know that anything I go against, you're not gonna be better than that. Period. Right. So yeah, I say I spent a lot of time on that one. But I got a few more here. How you balance girls and ball? Well, I kind of said that earlier. I didn't take. I mean, I like young women. Again, like I have a beautiful partner now. I know she probably watch this and be like, what he's talking about. But yeah, I balanced it because I just really I respected women. I respect young ladies. I respect their time. I respect mine. Like again, I fear God. I wasn't as I would say connected as back then in high school as I am now. But I had great elders. My grandmother, my mom, my family, my dad, my brother. Like they told me not to get involved with that stuff. Like, don't get distracted, man, because I seen and heard stories about people getting in trouble, falsely accused of things, like and all that. So, there's no need to be wasting your time doing anything that could jeopardize what you really want to do, and at the end of the day, jeopardize uh, how you look in the eyes of the king. You know what I'm saying? So, there's nothing worth that. So that's how I balanced it. Just really focused on and understood, you know, what I took serious. Understand ball was what I was trying to do, and understand, school, just being me, chilling, like having a good time, you know, just being cool by myself. Like I'm cool, you know what I mean? So that is how I was able to balance balls and girl. Um, what else did you? A few more here. What else? I know y'all might be, feeling it, but here we go. What else did you want to do besides ball? Um, I mean, if we're talking college or high school, I was saying high school first off. I was part of my gospel choir, so I want to do something ministry wise, for sure. So that was something I wanted to do besides ball in high school, as well as if we talking college. Same thing. And now, same thing. That's why I'm here. Definitely, I got a heart of pouring back out, a heart of service. I just want to be a servant, servant leader, as well as do ministry. So, you know, um, I love the Lord. I love Him. Um, I'm so in awe of Him, and excuse me. That's why I love competition too, because it allowed me. I feel like that was a gift they gave me. You know, to be a realist, so to speak. Like I look at other people and they'll not too much impress me. So yeah, you know, that's what I want to do besides ball, be in awe of God, as and be able to do ministry. So I did that. As well as in high school, be a part of my gospel choir. Hillside High School. For anybody that don't know, just checking it out. And were you good? That's a straightforward question. I guess that's maybe we talking high school or college. High school was an all-state player, played in all-star games. Went to Nike opening. A lot of offers, opportunity to go to different schools. Uh, Blessed enough to be a multiple all-state selection, as well as all-conference guy, conference player of the year, um, as well as was one of the few people to make the all-decade team 2010, North Carolina all-decade team. So that was high school. College, yeah. I guess I would say felt like I was a 4-year starter. I mean, like stats, started as a true freshman, all that type stuff. Won national championship. I mean, as well as led my team in tackles. I went to East Carolina my last year. So I mean, I feel like I was pretty good. I guess one would say, over 100 and I think like over 150 tackles, 160 tackles, maybe on my career, maybe about 12 tackles for loss, maybe about 5 picks, 14, 15 PBUs or something like that. So I had numbers, yeah, for sure. So I would say it was I had a pretty solid campaign. um, so yeah, why didn't you go pro? I figured that would follow up that question. But I would say, didn't go pro because I didn't really have the opportunity to go pro. I mean, Simple and Black won in the cards for me to go pro. That's really it. Coaches, again, like I mentioned a little earlier, and I may do it in another pod, but um, because I know this kind of intro is just really, I love these questions and it might be good info for y'all to check out. But yeah, I ain't go pro because again, like I mentioned, like when you make the decision and really be a Christian, in general, that's a tough decision, and that is a long walk, a great, prosperous walk. However, it's a journey. It's a tough walk. It's definitely again, you got to constantly crucify. You got to die to yourself, die to your flesh every day, in temptation, things like that, every day. But then you factor in again, like I mentioned earlier, the politics. Tough was one of the things that was my hardest thing I felt like about playing ball at the highest level. You factor in that, and when you are a Christian person, a Christian athlete, and you know, you stand firm in that. People understand that, understand where you stand, and they feel like they look at that and maybe like, oh, you feel like you don't need us, or they try and look at it like you feel like you are, I don't know, more than you think you are, or whatever reason. But the fact of the matter is just that they'll take that and they feel like they'll try and write you off. Like they'll try and create a narrative that is not the case, and they'll tell you like, hey, like you have 0% chance to do what you feel like you are. In school to do if it's a sport that you play, and they'll tell you, just because they try and tear you down because they just feel like you may have this spirit about you. Your spirit irritates their demons. And it's, some people you may be familiar just because of you may be a Christian outside of just the athletic realm. But in the athletic realm, it's the same thing. It's no different, right? So like your spirit can irritate your coach's demon. Your spirit can irritate your teammates' demon. Just as like your spirit can irritate or whatever, just like anybody you see on the street. So yeah, you get in there and it's the same thing. You have those things, they happen, and it's just like, that's when God he exposes, So that's why I didn't go pro. Like if your coach can, you know, have their demon irritated by your spirit, and then it comes out and it's at you, it's an attack at you, and they trying to demean you and say things to you to try and tear you down and rebuke you and persecute you. If they can do that to your face, and they can do this when are one on one, well, I mean, they'll do it to, a superior or a coach or a recruiter or a scout or someone that has your future in their hands, right? So that's why I didn't go pro. So definitely be cognizant of that too. Yeah, so that's the answer to that. Didn't go pro because I didn't have an opportunity to. I didn't have an opportunity to because got leaders and individuals in positions that their demons were irritated by my spirit, and they wanted to write me off. So that's that. And three more questions here. When did you get your first offer? Good question. I got my first offer my sophomore year. So UNC, shout out to the Tar Heels. UNC, gentleman by Mr. John Blake was at UNC at the time, and his son played with me, Jordan Blake. Shout out to the Blake family. Rest in peace, Coach Blake. Great guy, but I'm pretty sure he had a big part as well as Coach King and everyone in helping. He spoke to me about helping me get my first offer, and I was very much appreciative for it. So yeah, that's where I got my first offer. My first offer my sophomore season. Um, yeah, pretty cool deal. Hills High School. And did you always play your position that you played in college? Well, no, I didn't. Even in middle school, elementary school, I played multiple positions. I played on the line and Pop Warner, yo, because I was so big. Like I was like a big kid, man. Like I think my parents even said I was really big when I came out. I was like 11, I was like 11 pounds, like something crazy. Like, I was the king of the nursery. And like I was huge baby, so I kept that like, and then I thought I was gonna be huge like as I got older. I was gonna be 6'5", be hooping in the league or something. But nah, I didn't get that tall. So yeah, but yeah. Anyway, so being that I was big, early on, I was a thicker guy, so I played line when I was in Pop Warner. Was bigger than a bunch of kids. I was always that kid that was heavier but younger. So I played up, or I had to try and wear a jumpsuit, and run around pre game to get like the mate weight. Like my coaches would do that. So yeah, so I played line. I played like nose guard, played linebacker. I've played fullback in middle school. I played fullback, I played tight end in middle school as well. I played receiver in high school and 7-on-7. Um, I played what else? And I played DB. So those are all the positions I played. So yeah, I played on a lot of different sides. I played on both sides of the ball. Played quite a few different positions. So I say that to say, hey, be open to playing multiple positions for sure. Like but at the same time, you want to do, you know, I know you want to be a team player and stuff like that, but understand like you want to find a position that you find home at too. Like don't just be that person just letting the team just throw you everywhere. Like what I mean. Like granted, you're a team player. That's cool. Like it's a difference between being a team player, different between like, hey, like are you just a team player or is just like you not really good at no position, right? You don't want to start that narrative because you know it's almost jack of all trade, master of none. So be cognizant of that too. So uh, I don't know who asked that, but did you always play your position that you played in college? Um, I guess the answer to that no. But when I got in college, I played DB for sure. Played different. I played multiple DB positions. I played the whole back end. So as well as I play outside linebacker or nickel per se. So if we're talking there, I didn't play on offense or nothing like that, but play multiple positions. If we're talking college, and then if we're talking pre-college and stuff like that, yeah, play multiple positions as well. All right, and last question is: what is the most important thing you feel you get from sports? Well, that's a really good question. To finish us off. Uh, hold on one second here, guys. My fault. Oh, okay. But what is the most important thing you feel you get from sports? That's good. I feel like most important thing is mm, I would say accountability. Um, because accountability can cover a wide um area of things. I would say accountability. The fact that you know you're with a team, you are um accountable for your performance. You're accountable for how the team performs. You're accountable for um, really just competing. So I would say accountability. Team counting on you, coaches counting on you, people counting on you counting on you, your family counting on you, the school counting on you, everybody counting on you. Do your job as well as more importantly, God counting on you because He gave you the gift, and you may not look at your situation and feel like you're really good, but Proverbs it talks about your gift will make room for you. So if you doing something in sports right now, something in there made room for you. So just focus on that gift because that's part of your gift. You got multiple gifts. You may be blessed with multiple ones, but just so understand that you may not feel like you're good. You may not be playing, whatever the case is. You and your gift because it made room for you. That's why you're on a team. That's why you're doing whatever you're doing. So I would say that like accountability is the most important thing that I feel I get from sports. Um, and yeah, it's our 2 minute. Um, so with that, we can about get ready to close it up for tonight. Again, like please, man, continue to support us. Appreciate you checking us out. The Glory Story fam. Again, hit the subscribe button. And you can join the Sports Glory team, the Glory Sports team. Um, be a part of the family. So drop it in the comments, get your feedback, as well as, again, if you hit the if you subscribe, you get a chance. Next time we do $2 Tuesdays and stuff like that, get a chance to win. We do a raffle, round robin, just trying, give back. We'll, you got to provide your Cash App though. We submit $2, send out $2, to you via Cash App. So you'll drop that in the comments, after we, deem you a winner or draw your name, or whatever the case is. You'll get a message from us. But yep, you can only be subscribed to the channel. And again, head over to forgivingsons.org. If you want to donate, contribute to anything that we're doing, our $2 Tuesdays, if you want to contribute to that, more opportunity, more funds, more opportunity for you all, as well as just not the $2 Tuesdays, but, support other student athletes, the student athletes that are part of the Forgiving Sons, part of our organization, their holistic maturation, their transitional processes, and then as well as you can donate to our Season Forgiven initiatives. I mentioned the fact about, our war against, or our contribution to the war against poverty and homelessness. So all of your proceeds will go towards those initiatives that were just mentioned. And again, we look forward to chopping it up with you. Please come back, give me the feedback. Can't wait to have y'all be one of them ones, man, and the forgiving ones for sure. As we say in the glory stories, we keep the main thing. Faith forward. Korrin, Wiggins. See y'all next time. Good luck. Keep working hard. Love y'all. Peace.